Hi everyone, welcome back to Spiritual Growth Tarot. I'm Denise, and today I'm going to answer a question for Starlight Glazer. Glazer? Yeah, I always think it's Gazer, but it's Glazer. That's probably even better when you think about it. But anyway, she wants to know if Michael Cohen might still have some information that he hasn't put out in his book or, isn't out there yet that could bring down Trump. Does he have some secret little some piece that could bring down Trump, any further than he's already gone down. So let's just see what Michael Cohen has, and you guys are probably going to have to help me. I read his book a long time ago, but if anyone else has read it and you can remember the details, you're probably going to have to help me in the comment section once I get the cards all, read. Okay, so let me get the camera dropped down and get this reading started. Okay, so I might be able to get the information with the tarot. So I'm using this deck, Radiant Wise Spirit, and let me get the cards ready for, well, allowing to allow for reversals is what I'm trying to say. Yeah, so does Michael Cohen still have anything left that he might share that will bring down X45? Does he have anything left that wasn't already shared in his book or given? Because maybe he didn't share everything in his book, but he's had many depositions in order to broker his plea agreement down. So, but does he have anything left that he hasn't, or that hasn't been out there before to the public? Because it may have been given over to, like Merrick Garland or Cy Vance Jr. or Letitia James, but does he have anything that hasn't been released to the public? Okay. So, forces in motion. Ooh, that guy's got something. Challenges. And then, let's see. Ooh, wow. Okay, so he just might. Let's see. Then maybe I'll use the Lenormand to like see what he might have. Oops, hope I can fit everything in here. These cards are bigger. Oh, hold on. I'll raise the camera up just a minute. Just a second. Be right back. Okay, so with the forces in motion here, I do believe the King of Wands is him. Although, I think he's a Cancer, not a Leo, or not a fire sign. But still, he did step into his authority, into his leadership when he decided to, to work with the Department of Justice, well, and to work with the state of New York, right? And he has been a guy that, except for, well, not except, he's been a guy that has had some bit of power, even though, I don't know, might have been a little bit abused, of course, in the past. He did a lot of dirty deeds for Trump, at least in his book. But it seemed that came to his senses and was so sorry. I think when he saw the damage that was done to his family, or the major challenge of what he had to go through. But anyway, with the King of Wands, in the context of this situation, I feel like he came into his leadership, and he can be a little bit inspiring even to others. Because, he is out there on the news a lot. They do continue to interview him. At least I see him once in a while on MSNBC. His biggest challenge with the sun reversed can sometimes be a health issue. It can also be depression, and it can also be failure. It can be just, because there's a lot of vitality and health that flows and success and joy and happiness when the card's straight up. But it came through reverse, so, that's really challenging. It's like a double challenge of it. It's more than, in the challenge position, if a card comes straight up, you can read it as a reversal. But when it comes through already as a reversal, then it's like, it's a double reversal. It's just really challenging. So I feel like he's kind of, I think he just doesn't really have any more life force left to give with this. I think he's holding on and doing the best he can. But I feel like, because this can be a card of not taking action, it can even be failure. He's probably looking at you got to imagine, right? If you're this guy, he's looking at the rest of his life and going, how do I support my family, and what do I do? My reputation is pretty much ruined. But it's a really good question that you have, Starlight Glazer, because you got to wonder, like, is there another book in there? Because he needs to do something like that. He needs to just be creative and do something, but that wasn't the focus of the question when I drew the cards. So let's go back to that. Does he have anything else to bring down X45? I should say illegitimate 45. Well, he can be at a crossroads, but this is also, the Two of Swords is also a card of denial. It has to do with needing to face your fears, and sometimes, just an indecision. He would need some type of a relationship to come together in order to release something else with the Two of Cups here. But with the Two of Cups, that's very possible, because it can be a proposal, like a book deal, something like that. He needs to be attracted to doing something, because he doesn't really have... He's been in his leadership best he could in the past. Well, not best he could from the get-go, but, since he's been caught, and then he revealed what he did. But he's still got that, it's hanging over him. So, anyway, he needs a relationship proposal, invitation to come together to make something like that happen. But so he might have something, because this is a card of sharing. But this is a decision to share or not share. With the Nine of Swords reversed, well, it would be, he would totally be, facing the fear if he did it. But he would, oh my goodness, it would be one of those things where it would be a big struggle, because he would really have to reveal what he's done in the past that could definitely be a just major disgrace. He would have to literally disgrace his own persona, his own like little bit of whatever leadership, and he's battling that. It doesn't mean that there isn't something there, but that's what's hanging over him. Now, in the future, the Queen of Wands could be his wife, or it could be another woman who's very confident and can help him, support him with the past. But with this, now this could be the mother of his children. That's the deal too, you know. But then with this Ace of Swords reversed, well, this can be a lost opportunity. It can be, you know, making a bad decision. It can be even being dishonest and irrational, not having any good idea and no truth, right? And with the seven, I say that especially because with this Seven of Pentacles reversed, well, that can be a card of impatience and just being kind of lazy and mismanagement of resources. And it can be a card of, you know, one of my keywords for this card is setbacks, financial setbacks. And this is all in his future. So I do think that somebody could be approaching him, but he has financial issues. So if he does, what I'm getting, I'll use the Lenormand too, but what I'm getting is that if he does come through with something else that he really doesn't want to divulge because it implicates himself, and I'm using the maybe Lenormand. If he does it, he'll do it because he needs the money. So he's kind of clean, but he's not that clean, basically is what I'm seeing with the tarot. Okay, but let's ask the Lenormand. Let's see. Same question. Does he still have information that he might share that could bring down dump? And then again, also, like, will he? Because whether he might is very different than will he. Okay, so what is the truth here? Well, okay, let me get these framed up. So right here in the center, there's a painful ending. The coffin brings in an ending, but it's not fun. It's painful to go through. And it has to do with his social, his public, you know, the way people see him in literally the public eye, his interactions with the public. He has definitely severed, and it's been painful, but he has severed his ties with 45. That's for sure. So, you know, so he doesn't have any support with that type of community anymore, which is good. But that was his support base. So he's needing to create a whole new base. And I don't know if people really trust him yet. That's the thing. You know, because we have the snake here. This is like his independent independent decision, but it's complicated. It would be a complicated change, a complicated choice. But he might do something impulsive like that. He's worried, though. I think he's concerned about a dangerous, impulsive decision that could bite him later on. And he's mostly concerned about protecting his family and his wife. This is a card of protection and harmony. With the mice and the cat, they don't play together well, do they? Not at all. The mice in this situation is about I feel it's about minimizing, lessening. He doesn't want to do anything to minimize any protection over his wife. And I think he has 2 kids, but I know he has a daughter because I remember seeing her in crutches. I think he has a son too. I think he has a daughter and a son. So he doesn't want to minimize protection over his wife and 2 children. Could have more than 2 children. This could also be he's trying to, most importantly, no matter how many kids he has, doesn't matter. He's trying to minimize any risk to his wife and family. And I think he is a Cancer, and they are very family-oriented and very protective when they, if they're pushed, which he was. So, so he's watching out. He's observing, any fraud, any ruin, any destruction. He doesn't want to do anything to destroy the harmonious, family that, he still has, thank goodness. Like, she didn't leave him, and right, he still has that. And he knows Trump is still being watched. Yeah, but see, we don't have another book. We didn't have the book card coming through here, like another book deal. We don't have the handshake, card about a book deal. I don't have the medal card to show his, like a successful type of a reputation. What we do have is change and being careful of complications, and his position in society that he's watching out for, that he's worried about, could be dangerous. Yeah. Honestly, and we don't have a lot of yes cards. When we're looking at the yes and no cards, we've got no, these are neutral. Yes and no. I don't know what the yes and no is when it comes to the extended cards here, but this is a yes. Neutral, I'm guessing neutral because cats are kind of all, like, try hurting a cat, right? No. Can't say. This is a yes. This is a neutral. This is a yes. This is a no. I think the garden card is pretty neutral. I could be wrong. This one could be a yes. I might not be remembering right. No, I think it's neutral. Yeah, because it's about interactions, but it's not good or bad. So we have a predominance of no cards, but you know what I could do? I have all these other decks. I do have this one deck that I use for yes and no situations. Could have used that in the beginning, but that's no fun, right? We don't get a story there. We don't get what's really going on. We can tell, in summary, we can tell that he's a family man, best he can be, and that he's loyal to his family that way, and that's probably why he made the decision to do what he did, and that he's been brought to his knees, and it's been a painful situation, but he's completely ended that relationship with Trump and any of his support system that way. So does he still, well, whether or not he has info, because I think he does, would he actually share it? Yes or no? Would he actually share it? I'm just going to drop it out into like 2024, into the 2024 election, which I doubt Trump's going to make it that long, but does he have anything else that could come out? Would he share anything else by 2024? Ooh, that's a yes, but that's a no. So you know what, you guys? Yeah, because to try to be loyal to his family. 2 yeses, but the decision. This is a no. So I think that we can't say, I can't get a strong answer yet because he hasn't made the decision. You know, this is where we get into. It's so hard to get definite answers a lot of times with divination of any sort because people have free will. Now, when it comes to somebody who has broken the law to a certain degree, they have forfeited their free will and they're now in the system of, justice. And then you can see, like I could see with Derek Chauvin after, not the first reading, but the second reading. The first reading, I couldn't get a clear answer. The second reading, I got, yeah, for sure he's going to be incarcerated. And he may even die in prison because I had the imprisonment card and the coffin card after using the Kipper. But in this situation, the decision hasn't been made yet. So, okay, well, that's all I have for this one. Thank you so much. It was a great question. Take good care, you guys. Bye.